All right, folks. Well, we've got some interesting news on the Adultitis-Free news front. This first one is about a life-saving teacher. This here is Julia Cook. It's one of those weird names. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Julia Cook. We'll go with that. She actually was giving virtual lessons and saved the life of a student's grandmother.
What?
So add that to your list of things teachers do while they're doing
As
virtual
if they're not
schooling.
already heroes.
Saving lives. Boom, mic drop. Okay.
Right?
Story here. First grade teacher in Michigan is being recognized for her efforts that helped save the life of one of her students' grandmothers. Julia was teaching her class at Edgewood Elementary School when she received a call from a grandparent who was having technical problems with her granddaughter's computer. But Cook noticed a more serious problem, the slurring in the woman's speech. It was clear that there was something very wrong. Her words were so jumbled and I couldn't understand what she was trying to say, Cook said. She didn't sound like herself. Cook quickly alerted the school principal, who called 911. Phillips was having a stroke, and while she remains hospitalized, she is expected to survive.
Wow.
I knew the symptoms of a stroke because I lost my father from a stroke, so I told her, hold on, and immediately got her help.
Wow.
While she was still at the hospital, Phillips said she is slowly recovering. Thank you for saving my life, Phillips said. If it weren't for them getting me the help I needed, I would have just not been here.
Wow.
So,
I have goosebumps.
there we go. That's pretty cool.
Aw, that is amazing. Score one for virtual schooling.
Yes. Well, that...
one versus how many million?
One at a time. One at a time.
Made a difference to that one.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool story of being able to be
amazing.
aware of that. And it comes, hits a little bit close to home because my dad recently had a stroke. He's doing well, so we were very fortunate with that. But it's interesting how that works.
Stuff,
but
right?
yeah, so as much as there's a lot of difficult things, again, that probably wouldn't have happened had virtual schooling not been a thing. Right. So it's just weird. It's a weird year, you guys, and weird times. But I believe that the man upstairs uses these weird things for good in more times than we even realize. So.
Yep.
Sure. All right, moving on. Another story. This is about pumpkins. Take a look at that.
Oh.
We've got a monster pumpkin. This pumpkin weighed 2,350 pounds. It was crowned the largest grown in North America.
Oh my
A Minnesota grower, Travis Geinger. Again,
we got
his
some
names.
Minnesotans in the comments tonight.
He drove his gigantic
How'd
gourd
you transport this?
all the way to California. And he captured first prize at the World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off with a whopping beauty weighing over 2,300 pounds.
What?
So he's actually a horticulture teacher at the Anoka Technical College. He won the grand prize, which paid $7 for every pound.
Whoa.
Do the math.
Did you?
Carry the one. That's $16,450 that he won.
Feels like it should be more.
There's two things that I love about this story. Here's my first favorite one. Seeds from a giant pumpkin are the size of a peach pit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like everything's bigger. Everything's bigger. And after being...
Oh, did we both do it?
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Canceled each other out. After being planted in April, giant pumpkins can gain as much as 50 pounds a day.
Oh,
that sounds like corona. That sounds like lockdown.
That's like the third trimester for all my pregnancies.
That's lockdown weight right there. Geinger has been growing pumpkins in his backyard for 20 years.
Oh,
the pumpkin was a mere 274 pounds shy of smashing the world record of 2,624 pounds set in 2016 at the Giant Pumpkin European Championship in Germany.
Technically, if it would just been 5 days later, would have been okay?
Could have been.
Right? Did I do the math? Like 6 days later? Oh, man.
So here's the other part of the story that I love is a single crack in the pumpkin during the cross-country drive would have disqualified him from the contest. But Geinger fitted a trailer with a pallet, tarps, and soil to keep Tiger King, guess it has a name, Tiger King from bouncing around, and he watered it every time they stopped for gas. He watered it.
Watered it? It was still on a vine? Like,
it was also the world's longest vine, as it was still in Minnesota. Yeah, that happened.
Okay, I have a lot of questions and comments. Where do you even
What do you want to know? What do you guys think of this?
Oh my gosh. Like,
Jody says, roast me some of those Yeah, like that's a meal.
That's a meal. Yeah, that's a meal.
Ridiculous.
It's a legit meal. Oh my gosh. What else are people saying?
Catherine says probably the prize paid his trip. I know, that's what I was thinking. Yes. Like all of his winnings were, renting a trailer and...
It seems like a little bit more per pound needs to happen for this. The effort,
Well, and what if he didn't win? That's the thing. He didn't. It wasn't like he knew he was going to win.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
Michelle says, "Why are giant pumpkins always on their sides? I would love to see one upright." Right?
That's a good point.
So I also have a picture here of it being weighed.
Oh my gosh!
So
I assume this is how he got it in his truck, some crane of some sort.
I assumed Paul Bunyan. Hoisted
Minnesota,
it up.
you
It
know.
is Minnesota. Paul Bunyan probably did
Helen,
the job.
Christy, any ideas what happened up there? I mean, I can't. And I guess I also have questions of like, is the Midwest the ultimate pumpkin growing place?
Obviously.
I would guess
No,
too, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, there's agriculture everywhere.
Well,
so.
for those of you who just realized that you have a lifelong desire to grow the world's largest pumpkin, go for the record. Here's some tips.
All right.
Some tips.
Mm-hmm.
Keys to growing giant pumpkins include superior seed lineage.
Oh, is this like a breeding kind of thing?
Treating with fertilizer every other day.
Whoa.
Wow, that's
a commitment.
That is a commitment.
Huh.
Constant moisture and burying the vine in the soil to promote rooting.
Sweet.
There you go. And
wow.
I mean, this guy is well qualified, horticulture teacher.
What was the second thing you said in the tips?
Treating with fertilizer every other day.
Like how many days has this thing been
Just
growing?
don't do it every day. That's too much.
Too much.
But every other day, keep up on it.
How many days was this? Did you mention that fact? That like
from
it was seed process to the road trip.
It said it was planted in April.
Okay.
So it didn't take long.
A legit amount of fertilizer.
So you could do the math, 50 pounds a day. It says as much as 50 pounds a day. So figure how many times.
But it was coronavirus, so you could probably count on about 50 pounds a day.
Yeah, pumpkin was on lockdown, so that's probably what had it going. All right, I got one more. This is my favorite one of the night here. Oh
boy.
Iconic astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. You know them, right?
Yes. Can I say something first, though? Your dad said, let's carve it. Right?
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a big pie right there.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, go ahead.
Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. You know them, right? They were walked on the moon. Allegedly.
Oh, jeez. Let's not start that debate tonight, please.
They have been joined in the history books by a chicken nugget. That is all. Are you curious? Do you want to know more about this story?
I do.
Well, let's take a little look here. This is a little chicken nugget afloat.
With yarn?
This is what is believed to be the first ever chicken nugget sent into space, reaching heights of more than 110,000 feet above Earth. This is the best part. That's about 880,000 nuggets high.
Oh! Wait, how many?
880,000. Almost a million nuggets high.
Wow. That's enough for all of our viewers on the show tonight.
Yes. Should have at least a few. What kind of sauce would you like with that? Pumpkin. A team of experts in the field of stratospheric exploration created the perfect vessel for the nugget to travel in. It was sent into space using a meteorological weather balloon filled with hydrogen that's lighter than air to carry the tasty cargo up to the stratosphere. Using a custom-designed launch vehicle, including primary avionics, auxiliary satellite tracking, and an integrated camera support system taking video footage. The lone nugget was sent up and away out of the Earth's atmosphere. The nugget was sent starbound from a location close to the head office of the UK supermarket chain called Iceland in North Wales. Andrew Stanilan, trading director of the grocery store, said, 2020 is a huge year for us as we celebrate our 50th birthday, and we wanted to find ways to mark the occasion just like anyone celebrating a birthday in lockdown. What better way to show that our products are out of this world than by sending one of our favorite customer favorites into space?
Out of this world.
Booyah! Chicken nugget in space. Right there.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That happens.
I mean,
so, come on.
This
Who
was the product of a
can
virtual meeting. I brainstormed.
Who can say that good things haven't happened in this crisis? This pandemic has brought forth saved grandmothers, extra large pumpkins, and chicken nuggets in space. We are just the level of innovation we are achieving. No vaccine yet, but chicken nuggets in space. Yes. Priorities. That's all I gotta say.
Winner, chicken dinner is all I have to say. I mean, I think the part of that story that really gets me, I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking right now, because my brain is like going a million miles an hour. The first thing I think of is this camera. Like, obviously they are documenting this with a camera system, right? Mm-hmm. That's going all the way up.
This is a camera.
Right.
Let's took a picture.
That picture is amazing. So this grocery chain, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like that took some effort.
I love, like, somehow the epicness of putting a chicken nugget in space seems too big for 50. Like, what are they going to do when it's 100? I mean,
they don't have to worry about it. It's a whole new crew.
It's like, yeah, we're 50. You know, it's like
let the grandkids figure that one out.
Like, this is our 25th show, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel like we should have done something bigger. I think we should have put higher. We should have put a fry into space. We should have grew a pumpkin of some sort. I don't know.
We're disappointing you guys. This is a real letdown after all that.
Brenda says that Jason needs to add a face to that McNugget, please.
Right. Oh man.
Michelle says because only McDonald's chicken nuggets could survive that trip, and if you dropped it, it would bounce. Yeah. Linda, aka my dad Walt, says, "Will it last longer in space?" That is a good question. I wonder if it's still edible when it gets down to the ground, or if it just like burns up in the atmosphere. Is it like
that's a good
flame
question.
broiled? Suddenly
it'll land on someone's lawn.
It becomes a Burger King nugget on its way down, flame broiled. Amy Payne says, "I have the theme from Pigs in Space."
Muppets.
In space.
I totally was thinking Muppets here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was right with you, Amy.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Where do you find these stories, by the way?
I know a guy.
Well, keep them.
Are you guys having a killer time?
I hope so, because we're just getting started.